I'm liking Shazam. I like Shazam so much that I broke a rule of mine that I don't usually break. As a matter of fact, I'm going to break another rule right now before we get into the video. Let's get into the video.
There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a DC Legends video. In this video, I am going to go through Shazam, going in depth on him. I'm going to do Shazam, I'm going to do Deathstroke, and then I'm going to do a Shazam versus Deathstroke video after that. So Shazam's first. And I like him as a taunter a lot. I love the skin, by the way. And I'm wondering if I should rebirth him so I could get the other skin. Or not rebirth him, buy the other skin. My plan is definitely to rebirth him because I think he's a very good taunter. Let me check my sound levels real quick. I think he's a very good taunter. Really, really, really good. Is he the best in the game? I'm still going to give that to Shazam. No, let's say Soups and Ultraman still outrank him. I would say those two still outrank him. I'm going to go through his kit again right now. Then we'll go ahead and do the PvP and all the video stuff. But I'm going to still give it to Soups and Ultraman over Shazam for the moment. I think Soups might be the best taunter in the game. I think Ultraman's second. Shazam might be third. Right there with, I think Grundy's still a really good taunter. Barda has definitely fallen off. What can I say? Anyway, this is the video isn't about that. Maybe I need to do a top 10, top 5 taunters in the game. So let's go ahead and get into his kit. Strength of Hercules, special damage to an enemy, plus 100% damage if Shazam is taunting. So I want to keep that taunt on him at all times. I also like running him with Poison Ivy, seemed to do really well, giving a lot of stamina ups, giving him the taunt back. That was awesome. 75% chance to stun target if Shazam is overhealed. Your typicals, your Lexes, your Enchantresses, your actually Star Sapphires if you're kind of earlier in the game. She does give overheal. That would help support that. Also makes them good to run with Poison Ivy because she also gives overheals those. Or anyone who gives mins like your Maras, like your Aquamans, things of that nature. So, Fortitude of Atlas. Gain taunt, 10 stamina ups and an overheal. Nice. Gain taunt at the start of battle and damage immunity on each use. So that damage immunity doesn't happen at the start of battle. It only happens when you use the A2. So like he starts battle with a taunt, which is good because he's still beefy enough to take any of the hits. And then usually what I do is when it gets around to his turn, his first turn, then I still use the A2 so I can get the taunt back and have damage immunity up. Now, Power of Zeus. Heavy special damage to an enemy. Apply 6. I wasn't going to get the 6 strength down because I was like, but I want to go ahead and ring him out. What can I say? Get 6 strength downs, plus 3, and buff immunity if Shazam is taunting, which that one I wasn't paying enough attention to because I was not using that ability a lot. Just because I didn't care about the strength downs. However, that's awesome on top of the fact of if he's taunting, I can put the buff immunity. That buff immunity I care about more than the strength downs if I'm being real with you. And then the legendary point. This is why I took him L5. Reset target's turn meter. Now, I took him L5 because typically, you guys know my rule. If you don't, I only take tunes up to L4 unless I plan on taking them to RB1. So that way, because usually that 5th ability isn't worth 100,000 purple essence, but if I'm going to rebirth them anyway, then I'll go ahead and use that 100,000 purple essence and rebirth them all at the same time. With Shazam, the last ability, the one I didn't take, was the reset target's turn meter, plus giving him that extra, taking him to L5, giving him just a little bit of a boost, HP, agility, boost so that he would be able to stay, take more hits. And I do plan on rebirthing him in the future. I just don't have the frags for it. Even though I have enough. I'm not going to say a bunch, but enough rebirth crystals. Passive ability. Gain 40% turn meter up if team takes damage. If a teammate takes damage. We love to see it. Equal chance to reduce cooldown of Fortitude of Atlas by 1. We also love to see it. And actually, whenever anyone gets hit, if they're doing AoE attacks or whatever, then Fortitude of Atlas just pops up a lot. A lot. Nobody likes ability. Passive ability. At the beginning of each enemy turn, apply 3 strength downs and 3 intelligence downs if target's HP is below 40%, or if a teammate's HP is below 40%. So that's kind of protecting your team by reducing the damage that they would give, that an enemy would give before that enemy goes. So kind of protecting those who are already weak on your team. 50% chance to use Strength of Hercules against an attacker if a teammate takes damage. We love to see it. So that is his kit. I'm going to hop into the videos. I'll be right back. So here we are. Final chapter, chapter 8, final node of heroic campaign with Shazam. Here's a tip. He's probably going to win. Here's the thing. Oh, and for you guys who like my in-depth guides where I do more like the R&D style versus this style where I'm going to have the videos prepared, this all depends. So basically, the way I'm going to try to go about the in-depth guides is that if I have a clear view of what I'm going to do with a character like Shazam, then I feel like it might be better for you guys to like already see how I've used him and in what situations I've put him in order to make him work. But with Deathstroke, for example, who's going to be more of an R&D in-depth guide, I'm going to explore with him a little bit more because I think he's good, but I don't know that he's PvP good. So I'm going to try to explore with him a little bit more and try to find some other places for him to be used. So that is actually the plan with Deathstroke and Shazam, and that's going to be it going forward. I think if I already have like a clear view of what to do, he's not going to look at that. All the stamina ups and downs. I mean, you guys are watching, but while I'm explaining other stuff, but I mean, the way that he taunts, the stamina ups, everything else, he's going to make it through most of the PvE content, if not all. Anyway, so the way that I'll do it is if I have a clear view and I know what I'm going to do with the character, like with Shazam, and this is actually kind of why I did this versus, then I'm going to go ahead and like give you the information as I see it, what you should do or how you should use them. But if I'm still trying to figure out a place for that tune themselves, then I'm going to do more of the R&D thing and try to say like, oh, well, this seemed to work, let me try this, I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of the idea going forward. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know. So yeah, that was simple just because of how his whole kit is set up. He is actually a very good taunter at keeping those stamina ups on him, making it very hard for him to kill. He's already tanky before you get the stamina ups. He gives himself overheal. He gives himself damage immunity. It's going to be very hard to take him down. So now here we have Black Lightning and Enchantress to be sure that Shazam keeps that overheal. We're actually using Wonder Girl here as the damage dealer. There's going to be a lot of buffs on the enemy team over there, so we're going to try to, well, hopefully she'll crack her whip enough. And then Shazam is there to protect everyone, basically. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and get into it. There is one of these battles that lasted quite a while, so I'll show it to you, but I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it's just a lot of like the same stuff. But in any case, so with this, Wonder Woman is the damage dealer. We already have our taunt up, and we got damage immunity from Enchantress to deal with Atrocitus's thing. You guys all know it by now. Whatevs. Anyway, yeah, damage immunity stays up. We love to see it. And this is the other thing too. One thing or one negative about running him, and yeah, that was smart. One thing that was about running him with Enchantress is that part of what he does, if he doesn't have the taunt on him, is that he will, oh, and there's the stunt on Supergirl. We love to see it. It sets off Spectre, but we'll be okay. Part of what, oh, I already lost my train of thought. What was the taunt over here? Oh, why Enchantress doesn't work as well is that when enemies attack your teammates, then he does do some things. And so if everyone has damage immunity, they're not taking damage. So that kind of like negates that. Oh, I put on this battle, so I put the long battle on last. I did a little kind of an old school setup. I don't get to use Castaway Green Arrow that much, and I love him. I absolutely loved him from like for years. But like the last year and a half, I haven't really been able to use him that much. So sad face, thug tier. Huntress, I still think is very, very underrated. She's great at cleaning up the mess. Shazam is there to protect us. And then Lex is there to be sure that we all have overheal. So this was actually the last battle I did. And it's against a pretty cupcake team. I'm using Castaway Green Arrow here because on his A1, he can use it to remove the damage immunity that's going to be on the enemy team. He also will reduce the turn meter to be sure that on his A3, to be sure that we'll get our turns. I'm just going to buff with Huntress because they still have their damage immunity up. But as you see, once Castaway Green Arrow starts using his A1, he is removing that damage immunity. Reduce the turn meter of Cyborg, I think, here. Yeah. Boom. And stun him. We love to see it. Big shot on Enchantress. Didn't take her out, but we're okay. We are okay. So he has damage immunity up. He's the one taunting. He has all the stamina up. It's all a good look, honestly. There goes Wonder Woman Coda. put all those strength downs on Cyborg. That is one aspect of it that makes it very useful. Not just a reduced turn meter, but Cyborg likes to ramp up strength ups. Also on Castaway Green Arrow's A1, he's reducing the turn meter of the enemy team. Yay! Huntress cleans up Black Adam for us. We love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Boom. And then the buff immunity keeping Cyborg from ramping. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So now, on to the last battle. Now, here's where I use Poison Ivy to not only distribute a lot of buffs back and forth onto Shazam, but also overheal, also keep the taunt on Shazam even more. Alan Scott was our damage dealer here, actually. And also, he does provide shield, making Shazam that much more tanky. And then you had Nightwing there, looking for the call assist, looking for the awareness to also put on Shazam. Look, you see me. You see me. You know what I'm doing. And we got Soups over there. Only where I had about Soups, which would be, I think, negated by the taunt of Shazam, is that Nightwing essentially makes himself the taunter by making everyone else invisible, but Shazam has the taunt. So I think that means that he's going to go after Shazam first over, he's going to go after Shazam over Nightwing because he has the taunt. So anyway, can we stun Soups here, I think? Yeah, because we don't want him doing that out of turn stuff. That is infuriating. And then, put the taunt over on Shazam. Love to see it. Shields up. Taunt up. So, truth be told, that is Shazam. He is a tanky taunter. I definitely loved using him in that role of the tanky taunter. I feel like I have, maybe this speaks to Grundy. I have a legit another option as a Mystic taunter, so that's nice to have. He can be used in PvP very, very easily. He's very, very plug and play. So, yeah, I think it's one of the better. It was just a stat boost, right? It wasn't a rework, it was just a stat boost. I think one of the better stat boosts to come out recently. It actually worked in the way that I think that it should. So we're gonna be here for, the disease came from Poison Ivy. I forgot about that. And the other problem with Alan Scott in this scenario, which I probably could have chosen a different damage dealer, is that he crits. All of his moves crit. But if you have a bunch of crit damage downs on him from Supergirl, then he can crit all he wants to. The crit equals 0. Oops. Might have made a mistake there. See how there's like literally 0 that happens when he hits her. Anyway, so can we stun Supergirl here? Yeah, let's do that. See, it's going to go on for a while. So thank you guys for watching. Ultimate Kit Challenge, the link is below for those of you who signed up. Go ahead, you have until next Monday, which would be the 27th. You have until next Monday to submit your kits. If you need an extension or anything, just let me know. If you're busy or something, just let me know. So then those of you who have entered the Ultimate Kit Challenge, go ahead, put up your kits, and go ahead and begin your path, your journey towards the chance of winning $100. Yep, go ahead and copy some of those awareness and stamina ups all over on the rest of the team. So, please sign up for that. Or not sign up for it. Submit your kits for the Ultimate Kit Challenge. So now, trust when I say, well, I guess we can let Supergirl get taken out and then we'll go for a little bit. But then I think it's almost over. So, thank you guys for watching all the way through. Let me go ahead and just skip about a minute. Yep, Supergirl gone. Skip another 15 seconds. Yep, see, so Soups died. So thank you guys for watching all the way through. See you next time.